It's another great time. I come back. Sorry for the disconnection which occurred. So we were doing August 2023 question 5. So there's that part, first part of the question. So there's that first part of the question. This is a continued session. It's a continued session whereby we need to finish this August 2023 question 5, financial reporting and analysis, which was tested by Kasnev in the previous sitting, that is August 2023. So we were under the second part of the question. We were doing the second part of the question. That is the statement of changes in equity. We were doing the statement of changes in equity. Initially, we did a statement of financial, that is statement of profit or loss, and the workings. We did an analysis anyway. So whoever who will be watching this video, remember that what I'm saying is there's that first part of the video. Then now this is part 2 of the video. Part 2 of the video for the August 2023 question 5, financial reporting and analysis, published financial statement. So the second part was preparations of the statement of changes in equity, whereby we can see from the trial balance, we have ordinary share capital, share premium, retained profit, then we have the total there. So what I was saying is that for you to do this, it was a must that first you pick the balances from the trial balance. So we have the balances for ordinary share capital, share premium, retained profit. Then now there was those prior year adjustment which was supposed to be done based on the money which was embezzled, based on the money which was embezzled. That is additional information number 3, that there was 12 million which was not which is non-existent, of which 7 is for the current year, 5 is for the previous periods. So for that one, we have to adjust our profit with those prior periods, profits with those prior years, profits. So we have to adjust with the prior year's amount. So our profit must be adjusted with that. Anyway, so if we deduct that one, we have 218, 640. So if you deduct this here, 473, 640 minus 5,000. So this is 468, 640. Then remember there was a right issue. There was a right issue which was made on the proportion of 1 for every 5 shares held. So our shares which were held is 20,000 because the capital is 200,000. Per share is 10. So if you take 200,000 divided by 10, you get your 20,000. These are the number of shares issued. So if we cross multiply, we get the number of shares which were issued through the rights issue to be 4,000. So these shares which are issued through rights issue, they were issued at 15, even if the power value is 10 and the market price is 20. So they were being issued at a lower market price, of which but the 15 is higher of the power value by 5. So that is why I have to record my power value, which is 10. So this one will affect our capital. Then now the excess of the power value, which is 15 minus 10, we have 5. So that is a premium, which is 20,000. So this one will affect the capital, then this one will affect the premium. So issue of shares at what? At par and at premium. So we have at par and we have at premium. At par and at premium. So at par, already I've explained is 40,000. At premium is 20. So we have 40,000 and we have 20,000. So is there another item? Yes, there's profit and maybe another item we will check, like dividends paid. So there's profit for the year, which we need to add to the retained earnings. There's this profit of 137,600. We need to add here. So this is 137,600. Then there was dividends paid. Dividends paid. So they will, this one will be paid out of profit. So dividends paid is all about, from the question is 10,000. That is 10,000. So we can have the balances to be transferred to the statement of financial position. So here we have 20 plus 40, this is 60. This is 70. So 218, 640 plus 137, 600 minus 10,000. So this is 346 to 40. Then what about the total? 468 plus 40,000 plus 20,000 plus 137, 600 minus 10,000. So that one is 100. So the total there is all about, so remember that it's 468. So I've written my figures in a wrong way. 468,000, this one, plus 40,000, plus 20,000, plus 137, 600, minus 10,000, minus 10,000. So that is, according to my calculator here, and what you are supposed to get is 656, 240. So after that, we do the last part of the question. That is the statement of financial position. Statement of financial position. So for the statement of financial position, I have to do one working for the property, plant, and equipment. So remember that the fixed asset, the tangible fixed asset, must be aggregated and presented there. So we have what we call property. We have what we call property. So property, including land and building, of which this one is 600,000 from the trial balance, of which we need to minus what? Accumulated depreciation for building, which is 80,000. Depreciation for the year for the building. You remember we computed this. Depreciation for the year for the building is 10. We need to move to the next one. Next fixed asset is plant. So plant is just 145,000 minus 14,500. So we arrived at this after taking, after deducting the disposals. You remember we did this after deducting the disposals. So for the guys watching this video, make sure you watch the first part of the video. If you are new, if you are watching afresh this video, there's another one. So the first part, you need to watch it. You need to watch it. So the plant, 145,000 minus 14,500. Then we have motor vehicle. So for the motor vehicle, We have the 70,000 minus what? The accumulated depreciation 42 minus 14, which is the depreciation for the year. So office equipment, we have 40,000. Accumulated depreciation is 15,000. Then this one is 5. So we need to get this. So we need to get those values. So 600,000 minus 80,000, that is minus total of 90 anyway. So this is 510,000. 510,000. Then 145,000 minus 14,500. That is 130,500. 130,500. Then 70,000 minus accumulated depreciation of 42,000 minus 14,000, which is the depreciation for the year. So we have 14,000 here. That is 14. 40,000 minus 20, this is 20. So total for this, 510,000 plus 130,500 plus 14,000 plus 20,000. So this is 674,500. So I can be able to do statement of financial position by saying BD Limited, statement of financial position, asset. So our financial year was ending 31st December 2022. So we have shillings in thousands. So we have non-current assets. So the non-current assets. So for the non-current assets, we start with property, plant, and equipment. The one we have done here, 674,500. Then we check if there's any other non-current asset, but we don't have any current assets. We have closing inventory, which was 85,000 under the additional information. We have trade receivable. Trade receivable from the question is 74,500 minus here now the total amount which was not being traced, which was embezzled, you minus the total, because this statement is prepared on a specific date, not for the year. It's only that in the income statement is where we record the 7 for the year, but here it's the total amount, because this statement is prepared at a specific date, that is by the end of the period, not for the year. So this is 62,500. So this one will be able to give you total. To get total assets, you will be able to get your total assets there. So plus 85,000 plus 674,500. You get 822,000. Then here I will come and record this and this, and this is a 60 under equity, ordinary share capital, share premium, retained profit. I need this space. So we talk about equity and liabilities. So for equity, we have ordinary share capital. Ordinary share capital it was 60,000. And the second one, it was share premium, 70,000. The third one is retained profit. Retained profit here is 346 to 40. So here we have total equity, which is 656 to 40. So after that, we check non-current liabilities, if there's any. There was a deferred tax. So under non-current liabilities, there is deferred tax. So deferred tax from the trial balance, we have 32,400. But remember, in the additional information, there was a decrease by 3,000. Decrease by 3,000. So our balance will be, so 32,400 minus 3,000. 29,400. Then we talk about current liabilities. So for the current liabilities, we have the trade payables. So trade payables, that is 68,800 from the trial balance. Bank overdraft. Where am I getting bank overdraft from? Where am I getting my bank overdraft from? If you check at your bank balance, the balance is on the credit side. An asset has a debit balance, not a credit balance. So if it's on the credit side, that is an overdraft. So it's an overdraft. It's an overdraft of 32. It's an overdraft of 30. That is not 32, but 15,500. 15,500. Then after that, we have current tax payable. The one in the additional information. The current tax they were supposed to pay. The current tax. They said a provision. Under my add copy part of the question, which is very easier to read without using the phone. So they say that number 4, a provision is for current tax. A provision is something you have not yet paid. You have to pay. Sorry. So that is 52. So total equity and liabilities. Total equity and liabilities. So total equity and liabilities. So 656 to 40 plus 29,400. That is plus 29,400 plus 68,800 plus 15,500 plus 52,000. So is there an item we have ignored? So that is 656 to 40. $29,400, 68.50. So you know that this one, if you check this one well, this one was 60. Yes, this one is this is supposed to be. If you go to your statement of changes in equity, go to your statement of changes in equity. So there's this mistake which is here in terms of summation. You will be able to rectify. Remember that under the I can be able to tell you where the mistake is because there's a difference of 30. If you go to the statement of changes in equity under the column of retained earnings, remember what we did there? It's not about the balance which we picked. The balance as per trial balance. I don't want to do everything from the statement of changes in equity. I want just to rectify the mistake which was under the retained earnings under the statement of changes in equity. Remember the balance under the trial balance is 223,640. Then we adjustments for the prior period, adjustment for prior period, I did this, the 5,000, for the prior years, that is 12 minus 7, the money which was stolen, the 5 which relates to the previous years, you deduct 5,000, so you get 218, 640. So this is the adjustment by restated. These are about the restated values as at 1st January 2022. Then what was affecting retained profit for the year? So profit for the year from the income statement, I remember very well it was the profit for the year, if you add 137,660. Then dividends paid from the trial balance, dividend paid is 10,000. Dividend paid is 10,000. So this one is the quorum from the statement of changes in equity. So there's a correction I want to do there in terms of summation, not even anything. I think I did a wrong summation and I was pressing my calc. So dividends, remember you subtract. So it's supposed to be 346, 300. So that is why I'm saying here it's supposed to be 300, not 240. So this is supposed to be 300 here. So that if we add with other items, we can be able to get this. So 656, 300 plus 29, 400 plus 68, 800 plus 15, 500 plus 520, 52,000. So that one will give you the 822,000. So that is it. You will be able to adjust your total under the statement of changes in equity. You don't have again to write this. I was just showing you that this is the correct total. Everything was correct. It was supposed to, we added wrongly. So this is how you were supposed to do this question. August 2022 question 5. August 2023, not 2022. August 2023. This is our sitting, the previous sitting. From financial reporting and what? Financial reporting and analysis. CASNEB exams. So if you want to be a CPA, remember you have to do CASNEB exams. My work is to tutor. I provide tuition in the online platform, and on scenarios whereby you are in Nairobi, we can meet and arrange on how we can be able to be meeting from time to time for physical classes. So, but mostly I do online classes for CPA. We do evening classes, and I will be introducing early morning classes. That is from 5:30 a.m. to 7. But for now, I have evening classes from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. So if you would like to attend my classes, remember that this is my contact, 0728 760 546. 546. That is my contact. We do Zoom classes. Whereby we do more of a past paper questions after introducing a topic, like a normal, like a physical class. So never waste your time commuting from job, rushing to town to attend physical classes. And at this point, you can be able to attend your class from your office or from home and register for your exams at your center of choice, the seat for the paper. Thank you for watching. Share these videos to many students. Welcome your friends who are doing financial reporting, advanced financial reporting, and other papers, because we have partnered guys who does the papers. Asante sana. Let's meet next time when I will be doing question number what? I will be doing question number 2. August 2023, Financial Reporting and Analysis, question 2. Question 2 is concerning branch accounting. That will be my third question in this paper for a sitting. So doing question 2, it means that I will be remaining with only question what? I will only be remaining with question 3, which is cash flow. Asante sana. Tuonane wakati mwingine.